This is AHMED for IFL TV in association with MTK Global, joined by Spencer Oliver, asking everyone this question: how have you found Saudi Arabia so far, Spencer?
Do you know what I found it? How have I found it? Yeah, I found it interesting, totally different. But yeah, quite enjoying it. I really am. I think it's just a big build up to the fight, isn't it? It's like we was at the arena today, we went there, we done the ring walk, and it was just like mad. You could feel the tension building already. I think it's going to be an amazing night Saturday. But yeah, I'm quite liking Saudi.
Heavily criticised when it was first announced that this rematch would be going to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, but now it's here. It's something different. We have seen massive heavyweight fights involving the likes of Muhammad Ali, George Foreman, for example. That's a notable one. Going to random places. Do you think this is going to be an iconic night that will sort of go down in boxing history?
I certainly do. I think that the bill sort of fits boxing history. You know, as you said, you had the Thriller in Manila and the Rumble in the Jungle with George Foreman Ali and Fraser Ali. And I think this one fits the bill as well. I think this is going to be something quite historic. I'm expecting an unbelievable fight out there. Anthony Joshua, by the way, has got a mountain to climb to win this fight. You know, it's like if you look at the history of heavyweight boxing, you know, it doesn't go in Joshua's favour. I think there's only been 3 fighters in the history of the heavyweights that have won the immediate rematches. That's Lennox Lewis. That was Lennox Lewis. Who was the other ones? Ali and Floyd Patterson. Yeah, I mean,
in Lennox's case, you know, it was a lucky punch to say.
Yeah, I think the only one that sort of got beaten up and then won the rematch was Floyd Patterson. I think that Lennox did, and Ali was a lucky punch as well. So I think that, you know, as only Floyd Patterson in the history of the sport that has turned it around in the immediate rematch after getting, you know, having a really tough fight the first one. So it's a really tough fight for Joshua. A lot of people going, you know, talking about was he ill before the last contest? Joshua says that he wasn't. You know, Joshua, we've spoke to Joshua about this, and he admittedly says this is a 50-50 fight. It's a tough fight, you know, you know, I pray that he pulls through it, but it's not an easy task. It's a difficult one. But we was down, like I said, we was at the arena earlier on, and it was just like they've done an amazing job down there. I think it's just going to be something really special Saturday night.
Of course, from a British perspective, we want Anthony to come through, get his belts back, and sets up huge fights in the future. But do you think Andy is just kind of the bogeyman for Joshua, and it's just the wrong style for him, has his number?
Well, what we've got is that going into the last fight, Andy Ruiz Jr. was the substitute opponent. So he's gone there. So Joshua's had that training camp already. Ruiz has come in. So he's gone there and he's won the contest. Now he's going to have that added confidence going in. Joshua has got that thing of going in there knowing that he's been beaten. He knows that to save his career he needs to win here as well, so there's a lot of pressure on Joshua's shoulders here, whereas Ruiz will have that added confidence, so he's going to go in a different fighter. That's why it's such a hard fight. If you break it down, if you go through the layers of it all and you go like, who's the hardest puncher? Is it Anthony Joshua? Is it Andy Ruiz Jr.? You go, well, you know what, that could be, they both hit quite hard. Who's got the better defence? Actually, it's probably Ruiz Jr. Who's got a better boxing ring IQ? Probably Ruiz Jr. So what I'm saying is he ticks a lot of boxes. That's how difficult this fight is. And I think Joshua knows that going in as well. He's slimmed down. He's a new, and I think that his tactics are going to be to sort of move a little bit and try and utilise the ring. And I think that's the way he's going to look to win it and maybe win it on points. But it is hard. Ruiz is a good fighter.
Joshua's made some interesting comments recently. The first one was that when he wins this fight, he wants everyone to bow down to him. And then recently to The Telegraph, he said, when I win on Saturday, fuck everybody. What do you make of his mentality going into this rematch, Spencer?
Well, that just tells me this pressure's getting to him. And I saw that last week, and I saw those comments last week. Listen, I've known Joshua from the beginning, and how the pressure not going to get to him, you know, in this situation now. He knows what's on the line. It's even more than the first time they fought, you know, because this is a huge fight for Anthony Joshua, and I think that we saw that you know, it is starting to get to him a little bit. He's getting a little bit rattled. That's sometimes not a bad thing for a fighter, by the way. but he is getting rattled, and I think we see that as we're going. It's going to be this week unfolding is going to be really interesting. I tell you another thing that Ruiz Jr. is doing this thing that he messed people up last time. By going, hey champ, can I get a photo with you, champ? Can I have the photo? And people started thinking, oh, he's just turned up for the money, but actually he hadn't. He's doing a similar sort of thing this time, whereas he's going, you know, I've done it, I've achieved it. So is he trying to lead people into that mentality that actually he's not trained very hard? Well, I've got to tell you, he was 19 stone 2, I think, for the last fight. He'll be 17 stone, late 17 stones for this one. Yeah, he's come down a lot of weight. They're talking about him being around the 17-12 mark. So that tells you that he's trained, and he's trained hard. Both guys know there's a lot on the line here. You know, the winner has got a massive future in the sport of heavyweight boxing. By the way, I think the loser still comes back as well. But it's a really, like, this is the biggest fight in heavyweight history for a long time.
Well, right at the top, obviously, we expect Wilder and Fury to have their rematch. That is signed. Wilder's obviously just come in off a brilliant knockout over Luis Ortiz. The loser of this fight, does that kind of draw them out that picture for the time being anyways?
Well, I don't know, because it depends how the fight goes, how good the fight is. You know, like, there could be a lot of twists and turns in this, so you can't really say where does a loser go from here, because it always depends on how the fight goes, how close it is, how one-sided it is. So we can't really make those comments yet. And by the way, you're talking about Wilder last week. I mean, for 6 rounds...
Oh, no, he lost every second of every round. Yeah.
Terrible.
But that's what he does, Spencer. It is what
he's got just some unbelievable, freakishly mad power, and I think he pulled it out of the bag, and that's what any heavyweight's got to worry about with Wilder, because technically he's probably the worst out there, but he's without a doubt the most devastating puncher, and that makes him really dangerous. I mean, Fury's there as well. Heavyweight division at the moment is rocking.
Yeah. All right, Spencer Oliver, well, thanks for giving us a bit of insight into Andy's mind and revealing kind of what weight we expect Andy Ruiz to come in at on Saturday. And we look forward to a great night here in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Nice one, Spence.
Absolute dynamite. Oh, my